The story begins with a chilling prologue at the Riddle House, a crumbling old mansion perched on a hill like a forgotten relic from a ghost story, where the elderly caretaker Frank Bryce, a gruff muggle with a limp and a flashlight, investigates a suspicious light flickering in the upstairs window during a stormy night. He creeps up the creaky stairs, heart pounding like a drum in a silent orchestra, and overhears a sinister conversation through a cracked door. A high, cold voice belonging to Lord Voldemort, reduced to a weak, infant-like form nestled in an armchair, plots with his sniveling servant Wormtail, Peter Pettigrew, and a massive snake, Nagini, slithering across the floor like a living shadow. Voldemort rants about his plan to regain power, mentioning a loyal servant who will help capture the boy, Harry Potter, while Wormtail whines about his sacrifices, including cutting off his own hand. Nagini hisses a warning about the eavesdropper, and Voldemort commands Wormtail to stand aside, then unleashes the killing curse. Avada Kedavra, cutting to Harry Potter jolting awake in bed at the Weasley family's burrow, clutching his lightning-shaped scar that's burning with intense pain, the nightmare vivid in his mind like a curse that won't lift. The Weasley family is taking them to the Quidditch World Cup finals. The burrow buzzes with excitement as Mr. Arthur Weasley leads Harry, Ron, Hermione, Ginny, Fred, and George on a hike through misty fields to a hilltop, where they meet Amos Diggory and his son Cedric, a handsome Hufflepuff prefect with a friendly smile. Mr. Weasley explains the portkey, a battered old boot lying in the grass, that will transport them to the event site. Everyone grabs hold as instructed, and with a yank like a hook behind the navel, they whirl through a vortex of colors, landing ungracefully, except for the Diggorys, at a massive campsite teeming with wizards from around the world. Tents of every shape and nationality dot the landscape. Irish ones with shamrocks, Bulgarian with grimacing faces, and the air hums with magic, from leprechaun gold raining down, that vanishes later, to Fred and George's delight, to Vila mascots dancing hypnotically. The group sets up their enchanted tent, which looks shabby outside but is a cozy multi-room apartment inside, complete with kitchen and bunks, as Mr. Weasley geeks out over muggle camping gear like matches, his fascination with non-magical tech providing comic relief amid the building anticipation for the match. The party climbs the massive stadium stairs to the top box, rubbing elbows with elites like Lucius Malfoy, who sneers at the Weasleys' modest attire while his son Draco smirks from the sidelines, and Minister Cornelius Fudge, who shakes hands awkwardly. The match kicks off with a bang. Ireland's team in green robes dazzles with precision chaser plays. But the celebration is short-lived as the group heads back to the tent, where Fred and George bet on the outcome with leprechaun gold, Ron fanboying over Crumb like he's met a rock star. Back at the tent, the kids revel in the victory with hot cocoa and banter, Mr. Weasley beaming with pride. But the night shatters when screams echo outside. Death Eaters, masked figures in black robes and pointed hoods, storm the campsite like a nightmare unleashed, levitating Muggle campsite owners high in the air for sport, and setting tents ablaze with fiery spells that light up the sky like infernal bonfires. Chaos erupts as wizards flee in panic, Mr. Weasley ordering the kids to run into the woods while he helps the Ministry, and Hermione dash through the stampede, spells whizzing past like deadly fireworks, but Harry gets separated, knocked unconscious by trampling feet. He wakes to a deserted, smoldering campsite, his wand missing, and hears a voice chant, Mors Morder, summoning the Dark Mark, a gigantic green skull with a serpent tongue coiling out, hanging in the sky like an ominous beacon. Ministry officials, including Barty Crouch Sr., apparate in, stunning the area and accusing Harry until they find his wand was used for the spell. His face twisted in rage as the Mark's appearance signals Voldemort's followers are stirring, sending shivers through the wizarding world. the scene shifts to the Hogwarts Express. At the castle, the Great Hall welcomes students with a feast, but Dumbledore's speech drops the bombshell. Hogwarts hosts the Triwizard Tournament, a deadly competition between 3 schools, with eternal glory for the winner, but a history of fatalities, now with a 17-year-old age limit for safety. Mad-Eye Moody limps in as the new defense teacher, his magical eye whirling wildly, flask in hand. As thunder crashes outside, foreshadowing the turmoil to come, Beauxbatons arrives in a massive flying carriage pulled by winged Abraxan horses, led by the giantess Madame Maxime and her graceful students, including the stunning Fleur Delacour, with her Vila allure that makes Ron drool like he's under a spell. Durmstrang follows, their ship rising from the Black Lake like a ghostly pirate vessel, commanded by Igor Karkaroff, and featuring Victor Krum, who nods stoically as fans cheer. The Goblet of Fire, a wooden cup blazing with blue flames, is unveiled in the Great Hall for name submissions. With an age line drawn by Dumbledore to prevent underaged entries, Fred and George try an aging potion, only to be hurled back with long white beards, hilarious failures that lighten the mood. In Moody's defense class, he demonstrates the unforgivable curses on spiders, Imperius to make one dance like a puppet, Cruciatus to torture it in agony, and Avada Kedavra to kill it instantly, his gravelly voice booming. Only one person has ever survived it, and he's sitting in this room, eyeing Harry with his spinning eye, the lesson leaving Neville visibly traumatized by memories of his parents. The Goblet selects champions in a tense ceremony. Fleur Delacour for Beauxbatons, striding forward with elegant poise. Victor Krum for Durmstrang, his brooding stare silencing the hall. Cedric Diggory for Hogwarts, the handsome Hufflepuff beaming amid cheers. But then, a fourth name erupts. Harry Potter, shocking everyone as Dumbledore calls it out in disbelief. Harry stumbles forward, protesting innocence, but Barty Crouch Sr. declares the goblet forms a binding contract, forcing him to compete despite being underage. The hall murmurs in confusion and jealousy, Ron accusing Harry of lying to enter alone, their friendship fracturing like a shattered wand. Rita Skeeter ambushes Harry in a broom cupboard for an interview, her quick quotes quill twisting his words into dramatic tabloid fodder, portraying him as a weeping tragic hero in the Daily Prophet, further isolating him as students wear Potter Stinks badges, courtesy of Malfoy's mockery. Harry confides in Sirius via a Flu Network fire in the common room, Sirius's face flickering in the embers, warning of Karkaroff's Death Eater past, and a plot to kill Harry through the tournament. Hagrid sneaks Harry a midnight preview of the first task: 4 ferocious dragons guarding golden eggs, a Swedish short snout, Chinese fireball, Welsh green, and the vicious Hungarian horntail for Harry. Moody pulls Harry aside, gruffly advising, "Play to your strengths, flying," while Hermione drills him in spells. The task unfolds in a rocky arena. Harry summons his firebolt with Accio, soaring like a pro, dodging fireballs and spikes in heart-pounding aerial maneuvers, snatching the egg amid roaring applause, tying for first and earning Ron's apology as their bromance reignites. The Yule Ball, a glittering Christmas formal, adds romance to the tension, his jealousy flaring when Hermione arrives, stunning in periwinkle robes on Krum's arm. The ball sparkles with weird sisters performing rock tunes, couples waltzing, but drama simmers. Ron snaps at Hermione about fraternizing with the enemy. Cedric hints at opening the egg underwater, where Harry discovers a mermaid song clue. Retrieve something precious from the Black Lake in an hour, or lose it forever. Rita Skeeter's scandalous articles continue, smearing Hermione as a heartbreaker, her beetle form spying unseen, as the second task looms with underwater perils. For the lake task, Harry uses gillyweed, slipped by Neville via Moody's hint, to grow gills and webs, diving into the icy Black Lake filled with Grindylows and merpeople. Champions rescue hostages, Cedric with Bubblehead charm saves Cho. Krum Shark-Headed rescues Hermione. Fleur fails due to Grindylows leaving Gabriel. Harry saves Ron and Gabriel, battling merfolk who enforce rules, surfacing last but awarded for honor, tying with Cedric. Barty Crouch Sr. is found dead in the forest, his murder covered as a heart attack. The third task, a twisting hedge maze with obstacles like blast-ended Scroots, a Sphinx riddle, and an Imperiode Crumb attacking Cedric. Harry and Cedric reach the cup together, but it's a portkey to a graveyard where Pettigrew kills Cedric. Kill the Spare binds Harry, and brews a potion with Voldemort's father's bone, Wormtail's hand, and Harry's blood, resurrecting Voldemort in a grotesque, snake-like form. He summons Death Eaters, duels Harry, Priori Incantatem, echoing ghosts of victims, including Cedric and Harry's parents, urging escape. But Harry grabs Cedric's body and the cup, portkeying back. Moody reveals as Barty Crouch Jr. via Polyjuice, confessing the plot. Dumbledore subdues him. Fudge denies Voldemort's return. Dementing Jr. Harry mourns Cedric. The wizarding world divides, as he returns to the Dursleys with heavy heart, the war igniting.